Good evening, everyone. It is a delight to be here on such a momentous and important occasion. My name is Maurice Cooley, and I'm the Vice President and Dean of Intercultural and Student Affairs of Marshall University. Consistent with century-old tradition, deeply rooted in the African culture and all of its symbols, the Kente chief, who is the Ashantean, was summoned about your extraordinary academic achievements. And the chief appropriately concluded, as has been done for hundreds of years, to prepare a grand ceremony to celebrate your extraordinary and esteemed accomplishments as graduates of Marshall University. The Kentes that you have received already have arrived to us and sent to you as hand-woven cloths, each one individually. And they came to us directly from the streets of the Kente weavers in Ghana, Africa. Today, you will be granted the rite of passage, moving to a place where all others who have earned their intellectual craftsmanships are there. You have made it thus far on your journey, and we take the moment this evening to honor you in the tradition of Kente. Before we move further into the ceremonial elements of this celebration, let us first be in prayer. And at this time, I present to you Gretel Tolosa Alvarez. Gretel is a graduate student at Healthcare Administration, and we will hear her prayer at this time.
Please bow your head as we begin our prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we elevate this prayer to you in gratitude to your love and devotion to us. We thank you for the opportunity to be here on this special day in the life of those graduating. As they embark on their next chapter of their life, we pray that you will guide them as you have thus far, and we continue to be in their hearts. Protect and bless 2021 graduating seniors as they start a new journey. May your hand protect them and your word continue to be a light upon their path. As we prepare to see these graduates walk across the stage today and receive their diploma, we want to take a moment to thank you for keeping them safe and guiding them. Surround those graduating with your grace. Bless them with knowledge and success. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gretel. I stand here as a representative of the Kente chief, the Ashantean, to oversee this ceremony. I would not be here on this occasion has it not been for the leadership and the support and the mentoring of the great king and actually the president of Marshall University, Dr. Jerome Gilbert. And it is an honor for me to present to you Dr. Gilbert for his special remarks. And following that, you will hear the voice of a poetic reading by one of our advanced students at the university, Mr. Tobias Lucas. Thank you, Dr. Gilbert, followed by Mr. Lucas.
Greetings and welcome to our special pre-commencement celebration of dawning of the Kente. This ceremony recognizes the accomplishments of the undergraduate and graduate students of diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds with the presentation of a special adornment, the Kinte. The Kinte stole will be worn at graduation by our Black, African American, and African graduates as a symbol of pride and a show of unity. I am wearing the Kinte as a show of support for our students of color. It is a visible sign of an underlying bond, the bond of the Marshall family. I am proud to be here as your president because I know that many of you have traveled a tougher road to get to graduation. And yet, here we are, nearing the finish line. It's time to give thanks for our accomplishments of our amazing students. You may know that I'm a scientist by education, specifically a biomedical engineer. This training has allowed me to see the intricate workings of the human body and how, when every part is functioning in concert, the body is healthy and whole. As I think about the Kente cloth and its tightly woven threads, I am reminded of the intricate workings of each life represented here today. The experience you have lived through are distinct and have built a foundation for your life that makes you who you are. Like the original Kente worn in many different countries, the patterns and the colors are complex and varied and ultimately beautiful. And just like a completed Kente cloth, you are knitted together with vast experiences and capabilities that make you each a beautiful person. The next few weeks, you are going to experience many different emotions. You will be feeling a sense of accomplishment and joy in walking that long road to graduation and finally reaching the destination. You will feel a sense of hope in the new beginnings that will open up to you as you move on to your next stage of life. You will feel some sadness in knowing that you will no longer be a student at Marshall and that you may never be around all of your friends in the same way that you are right now. But we must not forget the most important emotion, that of love. Love for Marshall University, love for your friends, love for your professors, at least some of them, and love for the Marshall family. To my brothers and sisters who are wearing the Kente today, I love Marshall University, and I love you as sons and daughters of Marshall. Godspeed to you as you go forth, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tobias Lucas. I'm a senior at Marshall University, and I'm majoring in English creative writing. What sculpture is to a marble, education is to the human soul. Joseph Addison. Just when you thought high school was a theme park, the universe welcomes you to Astro World. As high school seniors, we made life-altering decisions. We traveled to different colleges and different coasts. We talked to college freshmen who were just high school seniors when we were juniors. Some of us had various college acceptance letters, and others had athletic scholarship offers. We could have gone anywhere in the world, but we chose Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. We dream about the pre-games, the parties, the darties, and the tailgates. We plan to major in theater, education, health science, and criminal justice, only to end up studying English, marketing, business management, and nursing. But that's the greatness of college, finding yourself, finding out what interests you, what you're good at, what you like, who you like. My friends clown me. Who brought this city boy to the mountains? DC to West Virginia, that's so far. I laughed and said, yeah, I chose Marshall. They accepted me and gave me a coin, a token, something to hold on to as I pursued a degree in theater performance. Throughout high school, I was fine arts, jazz band, marching band, dance rehearsal, play rehearsal. I couldn't sing, but I sung on stage type of student, most likely to be an actor. That was me, until my lights flickered. I was learning and preparing for my future, and boom, as a sophomore finishing up my spring semester, my lights flickered. I changed my major from theater performance to English creative writing. Man, life moves fast, 100 miles an hour, in a 70 type of fast, and life hit me. I was the deer, and life shined its headlights through my soul, and I found a greater use of my talent and different plans for my future. That's college for you. Learning about environmental science in the morning, then women's history before 12, stage movement at 2. I guess I'll be a writer who knows a little bit about everything. They say don't put all your marbles in one basket. What if none of my marbles were the same? What if all of my marbles benefit each other and make the next one prettier? All of us spent early mornings, coffee in one hand, long nights, Red Bull in the other hand, searching and collecting marbles. Some marbles fit in our basket, some did not, but we kept searching and collecting, attending 10 a.m. classes that have nothing to do with our major, even if it is Friday and you spent all night on 4th Avenue. Thirsty Thursday at Jake's, the Union, Evolve, you did it. You did your homework before you left out with your whole outfit on, eyeglasses and all. You call your mom before you go to the pregame and say, yes, Mom, I know school comes first. It's usually a great night. Good friends, crosswalking, eyes blurred. It's past 3 in the morning, so you tiptoe in your room because your roommate doesn't party. You eat your cookout tray and drink your sweet tea while you set an alarm at 9:30, 9:35, and 9:40 a.m. Just to lay in bed an extra 10 minutes before you wake up and you have to put school first. You sleep good, really good, but you already skipped the first alarm, so it's time to get up. And you did it. You got up every Friday with your basket and collected marbles. You spent seasons sculpting your marbles, and today you prepare. Today you prepare to leave Astroworld and enter society. Take time today to reflect and praise the marbles that you didn't like but fit perfectly in your basket. You did it every Friday. Now keep doing it. Continue to share your marbles with the world. Today is the end, and tomorrow is the beginning of a lifelong search for marbles. Although your basket might feel half full, there are marbles that still need to be discovered. So spread your hands over your head and jump. Jump high because life has no ceilings. Apply to that master's program. Go speak to the students at your old high school. Fix that broken friendship that's been heavy on your heart. Move to New York because you always wanted to. Sing when you can't sing. Dance off beat. Set your alarm before the bar. Marshall University, class of 2021, your marbles look beautiful, and the ball is in your court, so shoot your shot at life and follow through. Thank you.
Thank you both. Now is the time to recognize you as graduates in the same manner as people of the Ashanti Nation would have done. This form of celebration goes back some hundreds of years, dating back so many centuries. Because you have been recognized in this form because of your unusual accomplishments. There's not many people in the land that have gone off to a university and to have spent many years of study. And through the resilience of your hard work, you have risen up to become graduates And this is the reason that you're celebrated. And I recognize that thousands of people in your land have heard about your wonderful achievements. And they too have been summoned to come to this Kente celebration. They have heard about who you are and what you have accomplished in your studies. Many know of your family's names, of your grandparents. Many have been a part of raising you in the village. And they too feel like they are a part of what you have achieved as brothers and sisters of the village. The Kente cloth has its origin with the Ashanti kingdom, rooted in Africa and later adopted by Ivory Coast and many other close by West African countries. Archaeological studies reflect findings and artifacts of weaving dating back to 3000 BC. The origin of Kente weaving dates back to between 300 AD and 1600 AD. The present-day weaving, as you will see on the cloths that you have received, dates back to early 17th century, this particular form of weaving. Kente comes from the word kenten, which means basket. Akans referred to kentes as and toma, and it means a hand-woven cloth, and not toma, which is factory-made. You do not have a factory-made kente. The Ashanti nation adopted the kente as a royal cloth of prestige. It was originally reserved only for special occasions. The kente is considered as a representation of history, philosophy, spirituality, political thought. And the many names that there are were given by the weavers. Sometimes the Ashanti chief. Oftentimes the names and the symbols may arrive to them at a moment of dreams. Sometimes leaders in the community who have become a part of the ceremony will also take part in naming the Kente cloths. There are over 300 different Kente designs. Each one has its own name and symbols. The symbols have a literal and an interpretive meaning. A men's Kente cloth is a large piece, about 10 feet by 8 feet wide. It fits over a man's shoulder, and it is full length. A woman's Kente cloth is about half that size. They have been worn as a one-piece garment and sometimes in two pieces. It has been a tradition over the years that elderly women choose to wear a full-length piece, and the younger ladies may wear two pieces, but it is one's choice. We have three Kente that we will be utilizing today as representation and symbolic of your degrees. Those are the ones that hopefully you have all received, and I want you to make sure that they're by your side at this moment because you will be utilizing those during this segment of the program. I will go through each one, and I will first talk about the baccalaureate degree, and then those for you who are receiving your master's, and thirdly, those who are receiving the doctorate degree. For those of you who are baccalaureate graduates, the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science, the Kente you have received is called Babadua. And Babadua chiefly comes from the symbols on the lines here. This is a particular weave, and if you look carefully at it, you can see the uniqueness of its weave. I will not describe the colors, but just because of saving time. Babadua, it originates from the name of a tree. If you were to see a picture of it, it would look like a large bamboo plant or bamboo tree. It does not grow in this part of the world, but it still does this day in that part of the land. Babadua is still used today, and it is used to construct fences and platforms and roofs and fences to keep one set of animals out of one section of the land and another. It was also used during the war times or as barricades and barriers. But it means that it is a symbol of strength, resiliency, and power. It is said that as a result of you receiving your Bachelor of Arts or your Bachelor of Science degree, you too will be like Babadua, meaning that when you go through life, and surely you will, have tough challenges and barriers and difficulties. You will go through many life storms, and you may bend over. But because of what you have learned through your achievement of your degree, you will not break. You will remain resilient and powerful, and you will always bend back forward because of the knowledge that you have gained that will strengthen who you are. Those of you who are receiving the master's degree tomorrow at commencement, it is this particular cloth design, as you can see. It looks similar to Babadua, but it is really not. Chimfre, as it's called, K-Y-E-M-F-E-R-E, literally means that knowledge is lifelong. It is interpreted to mean that once one has acquired knowledge, your knowledge will never be lost. It will not go away in the night. It is said that if you were to walk through a dark forest at night alone, no one can come and take your knowledge. When you wake up every morning, and you may not be aware, but your knowledge will still last. You will find that when you share your knowledge with others, and they have received your knowledge will last with them for as well. Knowledge is lifelong. Those of you who are receiving your doctorate degrees are receiving a Kente that's called Nsatea, N-S-A-T-E-A. And it looks this way. It is this particular weave, this weave here. The symbol here at the bottom is a symbol that means that learning is important and lifelong. Chimfre, Nsatea, is this design. If you were to see a picture of Nsatea in a symbols book, the picture of Nsatea looks like one's finger. Nsatea literally means oneness, or the knowledge of one. It is interpreted to mean that one finger cannot tie a knot. It takes at least two fingers to tie a knot. Two fingers represents two people and the knowledge of two. But also it is said, and we must understand, that even if you have 5 fingers, it may be enough to cover your brow. But it's still not enough to cover the sky. So it means that even though you have received your doctoral degrees, your PhDs and MDs, you have profound knowledge. But your knowledge becomes greater when you combine your knowledge with others who also have knowledge. And even if you have the knowledge of 5 people, you do not have the knowledge of all things in the world, because only God has that knowledge. Now is the time that we will identify all of the graduates one by one, and I will try to do this as quickly as possible. It really doesn't take a lot of time. And then at the end of that, we will have a very brief donning ceremony. I will first read those who are receiving your bachelor's degrees, followed by master's degrees, and then the 3 doctoral degrees. Kenya Thompson is receiving a Bachelor's of Science degree in Health Sciences. Kenya's ultimate career goal is to become a physician assistant. Kelsey Dillard, Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences. Kelsey says that after attending graduate school in the fall, Kelsey will pursue a studies in public policies and practices within the United States. Alexis Atkins is a Yeager Scholar. Alexis is receiving 2 bachelor's degrees, one in health science and the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and will graduate with high honors. Alexis has applied and has been firmly accepted into one of the most outstanding dental schools of the country at the University of Pittsburgh School of Dental Medicine, where she will start this fall. Taylor Bryant Bennett. Taylor is receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism and will do an internship at a local news station at his home in Lexington, Kentucky. Jalen Cochran is a Society of Black Scholars graduate. Jalen is receiving her Bachelor of Science in Health Science. She is a pre-med student who plans to take 1 year of gap studies and final preparation for the MCAP and others, and will attend medical school in the fall of 2023. Markeisha Ross. Markeisha is receiving the Bachelor of Social Work and minoring in psychology. Markeisha will attend Marshall's Graduate School of Social Work and will begin this fall. Sydney Taylor is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science and desires to become a nurse practitioner. Taylor Pearson is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biomechanics and is a pre-med student minoring in chemistry. Taylor will attend the Marshall University School of Medicine next fall. Lanice Manning. Lanice is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology and is moving to Florida, where Manning will work in the mental health field. Nakia Bell, a Huntington resident, is taking 1 gap year. Nakia is also a society scholar, and then following that year, she will be attending graduate school. Jonren Broadnax is receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration and Entrepreneurship. My next plans, Jonren says, are to fulfill my dream by making it to the NFL. And with my business degree, I want to use my imagination to make new products that will be of great use to humankind. Brianna Carson is receiving a Regents Bachelor of Arts with an emphasis in psychology and plans to attend the University of North Carolina to obtain the master's degree in occupational therapy. Elijah Smith, Bachelor of Arts, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Elijah will remain in Huntington and will continue, the word is continue, to work as one of our police officers and will transfer to the Huntington Police Department and is looking forward to having a voice in the community. It is so sorely needed, if I must say. Dedrick Silva, Regents Bachelor's of Arts degree. My plans for the future is to find successful employment and to work as in the fitness profession industry. Stacy B Jones, RBA. Stacy plans to start her own business. Rodney White, Bachelor of Science in Health Science. Rodney plans to attend graduate school. Michaela Swain, who is a Society of Black Scholar graduate, is attained her Bachelor of Science in Biology And before going to graduate school next year, Taylor has accepted an assignment to teach English in Spain for the coming year, and she will be going there soon. She will also be joined by her sister, Ariana Swain, who is also a Society of Black Scholars graduate and a biology major, will also be going along with Michaela to teach in Spain for a year, and then they will both go to graduate schools in the following year. Jayla Thornhill, Bachelor of Social Work and minoring in psychology, and will continue her studies at Marshall University in graduate school, pursuing an MSW, Master's of Social Work. Marcus Dion Williams has received a Regents Bachelor of Arts degree and minoring in Communication Studies. Plans to pursue becoming a reality TV sensation and talk show host. I always wanted to do that too. Marcus says, catch me on your screens very soon. We will, Marcus. Kayla Valecki. Kayla is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology and in minoring in French. Kayla will take a gap year and then apply to graduate school after that. Paris Fairfax, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Sociology. My next plans, Paris says, are to get a master's degree in clinical psychology and work to break the stigma associated with mental health treatment, particularly in the Black community. Destiny Neal, Bachelor's in Health Science. I plan to get my master's in applied behavioral analysis and particularly specialize in the area of children with autism disorders. Aitabomo Garba, Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Medicine. Willie Johnson, Bachelor's degree in Health Science. Sean Foster. Sean is receiving his Bachelor's in Business Administration and Entrepreneurship. Sean has accepted a position as a pharmaceutical sales representative out of state and plans to begin this fall. That completes all of you receiving bachelor's degrees. We have 13 students receiving master's degrees and 3 doctoral degrees, and I will begin. The first is Fatima Aikanola. Fatima has received a Master's of Arts in Mathematics. Ayomode Ajiboye is receiving a Master's in Public Health and plans to work as an epidemiologist. Ashley Hicks. Ashley is receiving her Master of Science degree in Clinical Translational Sciences and with an emphasis in clinical informatics. Ashley plans to work as a pathology assistant. Brandy Waiters, Master of Science in Human Resource Management, and will continue to work in this field. Olivia Williams, Master of Science in Clinical and Translational Sciences. Olivia plans to pursue the career in clinical research and clinical data management. She has been well prepared at Marshall. Carissa Aprecicio, Master of Science in Forensic Science, with an emphasis in forensics DNA analysis, forensic chemistry, and digital forensics. Carissa plans to pursue a career in forensic DNA analysis. Naria Ford Thompson, Master of Science in Forensic Science. I hope to get a job as a forensic toxicologist or a drug chemist upon graduation. We know that Marshall University has one of the top forensic academies in the entire country. Samuel Tete Corche. Samuel is the first or among the first students that has received a Master of Science degree from Marshall University in a relatively new field of pharmaceutical science. Samuel plans to pursue forward to complete the PhD degree in biomedical science, and we have an outstanding program of that here at Marshall. Adebekola Adejoke is receiving her master's degree in health informatics and plans to pursue that area of employment upon her graduation. Dominique Allen, Master of Science in Social Work. Dominique plans to pursue an MSW position focusing on pediatric mental health education and looks forward to working with the community and children and families. Congratulations, Dominique. He's one of my fraternity brothers. Shanae Brown, Master of Science in Biomedical Research. Shanae has already been employed and is going to accept actually new employment for a company called Lucerna Technologies in Brooklyn, New York, as an RNA assay developer. Josh Knight, Master of Science in Business Management. Josh plans to move to Florida and work in human resource management. Lily Bodie, Master's in Business Administration. Lily plans to receive her certification as CNPR certification and will begin to work in pharmaceutical sales. I'm sure that Lily will do an outstanding job in that field. Then we will end with those 3 students who are receiving doctorate degrees. There is 1 student that is receiving as PharmD and 2 in medicine. Desmond T. Basong. Desmond will receive the doctorate in pharmacy at commencement tomorrow. Ife Fu Wapi, degree in medicine for Marshall University School of Medicine. F.A. will begin the residency in pathology and will be pursuing that at the Duke University Medical Center in Durham, North Carolina. My former society graduate who is completing his degree in medicine, Ibrahim Mohammed, South Charleston, West Virginia. Ibrahim is accepting and beginning his residency in pediatric medicine and will be doing this at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. At this time, let us prepare for the brief ceremonial part of our program. And for those of you who are sitting in your places, I hope that you are surrounded by family members or friends or siblings or people who know you and love you and perhaps have mentored you over the years. And in the same form as we would do in the Ashanti Nation in West Africa at the moment of the ceremony, that you are presented with the Kente cloth. So at this time, I would like someone who is there with you, and if you're by yourself, you do it yourself. That is okay. If you will now pick up the appropriate Kente cloth, and then by the authority and the honor given to me by the Ashantein, you are now hereby granted the ceremonial congratulations of the Kente, and you will wrap that over that lady or gentleman's shoulders in this way and congratulate them with a warm embrace, socially distanced, of course, and congratulate them. And for those of you who have received this ceremony and the honor on this day, all of you ladies and gentlemen, please be prayerful and thank all of those people in your life since the day you came into the world. Thank them and appreciate them for coaching you and mentoring you and loving you and keeping you on track. You have not done this all by yourself. We thank you so much, and we celebrate you in the honor of Kente and Marshall University. Thank you very much. Have a good day. We will see you at commencement. Thank you.